Oh, there we go.
There
That's
we
the
are.
problem.
Ah,
There's
here
the
we are.
problem.
Okay.
There's the problem.
There. I knew that was going to happen.
We
Can
gotta.
you hear my intro, Clockwork?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so we're gonna. My voice is fucked up. That's why we haven't done this show in a while. And do I look like a fighter pilot who has AIDS?
I'm just wondering why you're wearing shades. That's all I'm wondering.
Because I have beautiful blue eyes. Hey, I want to try something just real quick. This is gonna blow your mind. Can you see these cards?
Yeah.
They're all different. I can't see them.
Okay.
Now, in your mind's eye, in your third eye, not the one between your legs, the one between right here, you know how the fucking morons think. So, what card? What I want you to think of a card in this deck, and I'm gonna pick the card. So, do you have a card in your mind?
Yeah.
All right. Was it the king of? Hold on, the king of spades.
Nope.
Fuck! I paid $600 for that piece of shit trick. The guy told me I had 1 in 52 odds of getting that right. I'm not even working. This sucks. All right, let's move on. All right.
It was the Jack of Spades. That's what I was.
I was gonna fucking say that. I was, and then
oh sure, yeah.
and then for some reason, I don't know, something happened. But I was this close.
Missed it by that much, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this real quick. Have you you guys ever hear of Bob Lazar?
Oh yeah, Bob was yeah. He was the Area 51 guy.
Right. That has no credentials. There's no schooling. What's his name? Stan Friedman. Is it Stan Friedman?
Stanley, I think.
Stanley
Friedman. Yeah.
Yeah. He brought it up in a debate about this guy never, he says he has all this, he went to this school, he did this, all these degrees, and there's no record of it. And then you have the UFO people saying, well, of course, there's no, they have to hide all that,
And it's a conspiracy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. And to me, and he's like, and this is what's hilarious. He sits there and he says, now, why would I do this? Why would I want all this attention? And I'm like, you're a cunt. You want all this attention because it's attention. You sit around like Jesus Christ on the mound, and people sit around you as you tell them these bullshit stories that in the other day he's like the iPhone was invented by aliens, and people are sitting around going, oh, no way, really? Wow, no way, or no way. People fucking eat up so much shit. I can lie like nobody's business. I should have said, I got raped by an alien, and now they talk to me, and you need to buy my book, and I'll come up with this bullshit story about, Area 51, which is a military base. There's a reason why you're not allowed in Area 51. It's because the government does testing there. They do not want civilians anywhere near that area. Okay? So, that people love. Why I think people believe this is because people want to believe that there's something. You know, I believe that there's life out there. Okay, there has to be. But do I think that aliens control what we do, and they came to see us because we have nuclear weapons, and you know, no. I think aliens can give two fucks about us. You know, so what? We went to the moon. You know, they laugh about it. You know, they literally laugh about it.
It's not that big.
Yeah, it's really not. You know, and who is it? It's not Lazier. His name is Stephen Greer. He says, why doesn't, you know, when the Apollo moon landing went there, you have Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. They saw all these alien ships there, and they were sworn to secrecy. All the men that went up there, and yes, they were all men. They will never be women, because they will have, you know, they'll get impregnated by men who are horny because they haven't seen a naked woman in 3 days. So, anyways, can you imagine making a pass on a chick on that Apollo 6? I'd be naked all the way through it. So, he says that this is Greer. He says that he was, you know, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and all the other guys that have all gone up there have all been threatened with their lives, that their whole family will get wiped out. Well, there are people in the mafia that rat out the mafia, and they and their whole family, you know, you have a judge in Italy that got him and his whole family blown up in a car because he was going to rat out on the mafia, and the mafia warned him several times that he better stop investigating the mafia. And he said, no, I'm going to investigate you. And they ended up killing him. And they have killed thousands of people that if you rat them out, they will come after you and your family. Okay? Hell's Angels. Piss off the Hell's Angels. Rat them out. They'll fuck you up pretty good. You know?
Panthers.
So this... Yeah, so, yeah. You name it. So this whole story about, you know, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, you know, they never said anything because there were already aliens there waiting for them, and they were angry. They were angry that the Americans were there because they were in a competition with the Russians, which, yeah, that's true. But if the aliens were, if the aliens, you know, the aliens would give the Russians just as much information as the Americans. They, you know, they would share it. You know, to be fair, they would share it. So him saying that's the aliens are mad and they're not happy with the human race. Fuck, I'm not happy with the human race. No, you know, nobody is happy with the human race. The human race is a disgusting fucking disease, you know. So, you know, what makes me sick is guys like Greer, guys like Bob Lazier, and this other fucking kook. What's his name? You sent me a link. I watched a little bit of him.
Oh,
What's
David
that other?
Wilcock? David Wilcock.
Oh yeah, Wilcock. That's a good name. Cock. That you know, there's a guy that these guys make a living off of lying to people. Okay, they said that I just saw a clip of Wilcock where he said that the Egyptians they're when they had that fucked up head and they and everybody knows it was like for a ceremony that they did that, and these people take bits and pieces of history and they turn it into this is what the aliens want, but they have no proof of it. It's the same thing where I have with ghosts. You know, I have to see one to believe it. Okay, so he wants to talk about aliens. Show me. Show me the spacecraft. Show me he says he works with some technology, but yet nobody sees it. Nobody. It's all secretive. He can't share it. Why not share it and help people? If there is this technology out there, why not help people? No, they will kill me. And I'm like, good. They should kill you. They should kill you just out of principle. So, all right. So, what are your thoughts? I've babbled enough, and it was this. This was your card. Fuck. $600 down the tube.
Which one of the astronauts?
What do you think, Clockwork?
Which one of the guys punched the dude out that was the moon landing denier?
Oh, that was Buzz Aldrin.
Was that Buzz Aldrin? Okay.
It was Buzz.
Yeah, and you got to remember, Buzz was 89 years old, right? He was in his 80s.
Yeah.
And you're bothering a man that went to the moon, and you're telling him to put his hand on the Bible, which Buzz Aldrin is he not a Catholic?
I think so.
I think
yeah,
so.
So you're pretty much you're bothering an old man, and he's it just shows you how tough those guys are. Buzz Aldrin fucking clocked the guy out. The guy was a fat pig, but knocked him out. And this what's his name? Bob Lazar or no, Stephen Greer. Stephen Greer said that Buzz Aldrin he got all his information from Buzz Aldrin's sister. Told him that they saw aliens, and I'm like, yeah, my fucking Mexican lawnmower's grandmother went to the moon, and like fuck off, Buzz Aldrin. You can ask him straight. Were there aliens on the moon? And he would probably punch you in the face for that. And it's not because he's scared. He's got nothing to hide. There's nothing to hide.
Well, exactly.
So, which one should we start with?
Pick one.
Let's start with Seika. Yeah, start with Lazar, or we can watch porn.
I think we'll start with Lazar. YouTube is...
It's the same thing.
I'm sure.
It's still it's the same thing.
First, we need to do a little housekeeping here. This is fair use, folks. Fair use says that we can make fun of your video as long as we do something to make fun of it, which we pretty much already have, but we'll stop it periodically and make fun of it some more. We're allowed to do that, and if you copyright strike my channel, you will suffer the consequences of false DMCA. That's literally what it said. So anyway, carrying on with that, I'm going to go ahead and start this video. it's just gonna start, Vito. I don't know where you wanted me to start it, but we can always move
No,
forward.
just go. You know what? Start it somewhere in the middle or wherever, because it's so long, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll move ahead as soon as we start it. So here we go.
Yeah. Hopefully, it comes at a good spot.
Hold tight, gentlemen.
So, Jeremy, you talked about Bob Lazar during your talk and your feelings about his case, but I guess now that we had that Q&A
phone call, all squabbling amongst themselves.
Francis,
Hey,
who
what
do
the
you think
fuck?
should do her job?
Their own, they can't even get on.
What is that?
That would have been the website Clockwork sent me. Don't know why all of a sudden it started playing videos, but it did. So let me fix that real quick.
All right. Well, can you get
That
All right.
dude on
That's
the
that's
right, that's the Freeman guy, isn't it?
yes. He's retired now.
Okay, here we go.
high school records, they're not even allowed to give that information out. George kept going for 25 years. He didn't stop when he got satisfied with one answer. Oh, he didn't go to the school that he said he went to. They admitted that in the first report. George didn't stop. I didn't stop. I have footage of Bob Lazar inside Los Alamos. I mean, you can see it. I hope Bob and George let it come out. It's ridiculous to me. This is the point. We're missing the point.
The point is
how did
what?
he
That
know?
Bob
How did he
claims he
know?
worked on back engineering a flying saucer. Call it what you want.
That's right, and he knew exactly where over Papoose Lake on 3 separate Wednesday nights, the exact time and location.
Why does that prove he's a scientist or knows how they
I don't
work?
even care. First of all, what proves he's a
Yeah.
scientist is
See,
United
I love
Nuclear.
that. Stop it there. Stop it there. So, and Stan Freeman, he is a UFOologist, and he really does his homework, and he's pretty much calling him out, because this guy made a documentary about Bob Lazar, and then I mean, he's just trying to get information that you can get from anybody, and Stan was doing a great job, and this guy was all emotion. And this guy's a moron. I forget his name, but he's a fucking moron. Sorry, go on.
Fair enough.
Here we go.
Just got a contract with the Naval Academy to basically take. No, hold on. Let me tell you this. This is great. This is this morning. He said at breakfast. He has a new contract, or he just finished it. They have these hovercrafts that go on the beach. The problem is sand is getting up in these huge ball bearings. So they're spending so much money cleaning these. So just like a month ago, what Bob Lazar is doing is creating neodymium magnets to clean out the sand from these huge ball bearings on hovercrafts for the Navy. He's not a scientist?
Okay,
That's
so
right. That's not
well,
cleaning ball bearings does not a scientist make.
right. So here's the thing: has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen this? What he's working on?
Yeah, like where?
Like, is there?
Like a video of
Where's
him doing
the
this would be great.
Yeah, exactly. And did you see when he just started talking about it? Everybody in the audience started clapping. And you know why they started clapping? Because they want to believe in anything.
True that. True that.
So they want to believe in he's a scientist. They want to believe that he's legit. They want to apply credibility to somebody who has none.
Exactly.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of, you want to believe that there are spacemen out there, they're watching us, and some people believe that they're in the government and all this, and so people will believe this hardcore, like they will fight and say, no, Lazar, you don't understand. His compound, it's funny, he says his compound was raided in the movie, and the FBI, of course, took all of his stuff. So now you're not gonna, I can say I have a Ferrari, a hover car in my garage, but when I tell you, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna show you guys, and then you guys show up tomorrow, and you say, where is the car? I'm gonna say, the FBI. You wouldn't believe it. They came last night. They took everything, guys. It sucks. My flying car is gone, and all the plans. It's horrible.
Right.
And people believe this horseshit.
What do you think, Clockwork? Are you just gonna agree? I mean, I just agree, but to me, it's when somebody makes a claim, they have a burden of proof. They need to
Exactly.
back their shit up, and if they can't back their shit
Extraordinary claims. You know this. You know the how it is. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary penises or something like that. So
Hitchens ballsack.
Or Carl Sagan or something like that.
Yeah, it was Carl Sagan. So
should we just skip to another part real quick?
Yeah.
See what else he has to say.
Yeah, Clockwork, jump in, man. I mean, I babble a lot. Just fucking jump in.
Okay, I will.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to advance it about 5 minutes here. And go to about 20. This is 20 minutes into this 30-minute piece.
What he was doing out there, I don't know. His explanations yesterday were very crude, having worked in industry for 14 years, about what he was doing. And we've got a gravity amplifier. That's a great term. But he sure didn't tell us any details. I mean, there's a dome, and you can feel things when you go close to the dome. That doesn't...
It's because he just didn't know how it worked at that time. I mean, it's science that we just don't understand.
I don't know how much what he did was science and what he did there.
Look at that guy. I want to punch him so hard in the fucking face.
About what he did when he was out there?
I want to kick him in the dick.
What did you want me to say about him? He was an interesting guy to watch.
I want you just to stop saying the same thing that has nothing to do with the reality of the story. The story is George Knapp has
yeah.
Story.
So
story.
It's a story. And all Freeman is asking for is, hey, you're saying he made these amazing, the dome and this whatever generator or whatever the fuck he made. Where is it? Where
and how does it work?
Show us. How does it work?
How does it work?
Yeah, and see how this guy, how upset he gets at, hey, like, why are you questioning Bob Lazar? Bob Lazar, by the way, the reporter, Bob Lazar, background on the guy, in '89, he said he and a bunch of friends went out, and there's a famous picture of him videotaping this light in the sky that kept moving around. Now, if you watch the light, it is actually his camera moving, not the light. And the reporter that did the story about it does not believe in Bob Lazar anymore. You know why? Because Bob Lazar opened up a brothel, a whorehouse. So Bob Lazar, it's true. Bob Lazar is a fucking con man.
Hey.
And he has kids like this guy here who will suck his cock dry that will believe anything he says. And it's like, noon. Show me some evidence. That's all I want. And that's what Stan is asking. And Stan believes in UFOs, believes in people were abducted. He really believes in that stuff. And he's just, all he's doing is asking questions. Clockwork, if you said you had a flying car, I would like to see it. It's that
Flying
simple.
cock? Wait a minute. What?
No, car, sorry.
Oh.
I've got a flying cock.
So
Dave's got a flying cock, but it's at a 90-degree angle. It's weird.
Oh, it's bent to the left? Oh, shit.
Yes,
Dave,
he could fuck
didn't know
around
that.
corners. He's known as a sidewinder.
I definitely dress to the left. Put it that way.
You know he does these hangouts with no pants on.
Oh, so do I. So do
Me
I.
too. Me too. I am sitting here with a raging heart on. So, the you know what's funny, guys? And I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I know you have people that believe in aliens, and then you have people that believe we never went to the moon, and that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And you know what I find why I think this is happening? My theory is this. The media has lied so much to people that we don't trust them anymore. You know, we just don't.
Fair enough.
And people will watch stuff like this and will say, look how much passion this guy has, so it's gotta be true. And you know, I mean, I get why people want to believe. You want to believe things that are amazing. But, you know, well, he says, what's his name? Greer, Stephen Greer. He's sitting in front of a bunch of people and he says, now, why aliens don't talk to us is because why would you speak to cattle? You know, would you have a conversation with a rabbit, or you know? And here's the thing, you know, I bike a lot, and you know, my son or whatever, I'll stop, and if I see a bunch of cows, I'll get out and I'll go over and I'll make fun of them. No, I'll go over and feed them, and they understand that I am feeding them. My bunny rabbit, Mingling, is dumb as a fucking doornail, but recognizes me. If you were to come and try and pick him up, wants nothing to do with you. Will only come to me. Okay? It understands. Listen, you're talking about an animal that eats its own shit. Okay? So, if aliens, you're telling me if a spaceship were to be outside and land, we would not understand? Or an alien were to come out and walk up with a raging heart on, we would not understand what he or she is up to? You know? I mean, or it. And these aliens, they all say the same thing. They're all human-like. You talk to a scientist, and he'll say an alien would probably look more like an octopus. You know, you know. So, anyways, I had to. Anyway, I had to say that. Sorry.
So, have we had enough of Bob Lazar? Do we want to move on to what's his name? David Wilcock?
You know what? If you can, yeah, go to, because this guy's a waste of time. All he's trying to do is promote his movie called Undisclosure or something, and you know, whatever. I mean, I don't get it, but yeah, go to the next guy, because
Awkward.
I'm here.
A little bit of noise.
Or was it? Hang
What
on.
do you think, Clockwork, of this guy?
An idiot.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Good answer.
That's what the aliens thought too when they saw the movie.
They probed him and they were like, "Fuck this guy."
All right, on to David Wilcock. This one's actually a little bit longer, so we're gonna have to kind of run through it pretty quick. So yes, official brand channel of Zoroaster. Contact in the desert. Ooh. Yeah, this is the whole conference.
War One is just unbelievable.
So let's
get on board the
go-
train. The transcontinent that his mother was Elizabeth, and the really shocking thing for him was that he had had sexual feelings for her. So this is where Hamlet comes from.
Jesus.
Hamlet.
Francis
Hamlet.
Bacon
Wait a minute.
wrote the
Where are we
Shakespearean
going
play.
here?
Yeah, what the fuck are we watching?
You sent this to me.
Wait a minute. I'll be right back. I need another beer. Hang on. If we're gonna watch this shit.
Oh, hold on, I need to get my needle and my heroin going here.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, speed up a little bit, because I think, I know I sent it to you, but I can't remember where.
We'll go 150.
Yeah, no.
Shakespeare was illiterate and only signed his name with an X. And when he died, there were no books in his house, but then he posthumously published 6 more. They were having talks about that.
Oh, I love it.
All of this is what led to him being assassinated. The next movie
Oh,
did a
this
whistleblower
is
in
a
that
good one.
Africa, where they were repainted as Hitler's bombers and given the right tools, and then sent right in. The whole
All right, here we go.
thing was a big con. It required the power of the German army required the U.S. Germany was
No,
not
it
industrial
didn't.
enough on its own. We had a much
That's
more
right.
large amount of land and much more industrial power to do this for them. But then the legitimate people in the military were actually fighting against the Germans and won that war. So it's a very complex story.
So he's trying to say that we built the Germans' army and infrastructure for them? I'm calling bullshit on that in World War II.
He
That-
fucking, he's such, this guy's a scam artist.
The whole
You know.
point, the whole point of World War II was that Germany was oppressed, and
Yeah.
Chancellor Hitler took advantage of the fact that these people were downtrodden since World War I, because that was their restitution, was to be economically isolated from the rest of the world, and they had to get their
Well,
shit together.
they were paying so much to the rest of the, they
Yeah,
because of World War
reparations.
One.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like Venezuela today.
Yes.
They're fucked. They were fucked. That's why Hitler got into power and set the world on fire.
Well, he offered
And
them
he
an
was
out.
an
He offered
yeah,
Germany an out, and that's they took it.
yeah, and it's horrible what he did to the concentration camps, but you're talking about a man who was ruthless.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a scary fucking person.
He was
Um,
smart. He was smart and insane. That's a bad combination.
Yes, I am insane and stupid. That's a deadly that's even worse.
I don't know, because Hitler killed a lot of people on the way, but this guy is full of shit.
But
Let's keep listening.
yeah, and this guy makes up some bullshit story, about the war, and people buy it. My thing, David, that I worry about is guys like this that are destroying history. People are going to sit there and you know, say no, war was started because the aliens, you know, they wanted, you know, the U.S. to win, and you know, and so it was hilarious. It's like, yeah, the aliens picked the U.S. You know, they you know, like the, you know, like they were the chosen people. I think Clockwork fell down the stairs.
No, I'm still here.
All right. So, all right.
I went and
So
grabbed
go
another beer
forward.
because, goddamn.
Go forward a little bit, and hopefully he gets to the aliens.
See, we got. Oh, that's.
Hillary Clinton and.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. That Hillary is on the left.
Yeah.
I don't know who
that guy. I think that's the guy who committed suicide. He worked for her.
Oh, that dude. Okay.
So this goes into a lot of stuff. This goes into Benghazi, plane crash.
Yeah, it's all. This guy's just a conspiracy person, but if you can.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, and the reptilians—they're in charge.
Here we go. This should be good. Let's go.
Government force. They're very menacing. They're very upsetting. And again, this is not exactly what they look like, but it isn't a whole heck of a lot different either. And so, see this face, and then this is what Corey is saying it actually looks like. So not a whole heck of a lot different. And there's a subservient race they have known as the reptoids, and they look like this. And so you can see this is some pretty disturbing stuff. The German aspect, Nazi aspect, is helping the Draco. That's called the Dark Fleet. They wear these kind of uniforms. It was very fascinating when I had Whitley Strieber on my panel at Conscious Life Expo last year, and he reported.
Wait, are those the SS?
That's an SS uniform.
I thought so.
Slow it.
It looks
slow
like
it down.
It looks like
it's going too quick.
All right, let's go back to 120.
Oh wait, no, that's a First Order uniform.
Third Reich, yeah. It's straight out of
I got three of those.
It's straight out of the Wolfenstein 3D, though. Like literally, it's like of the new video game.
True
like,
that.
Not the old ones where it was all cartoony, but the new one where it's all looks rendered and everything looks like, well, that. And that's exactly the kind of uniforms they wear in that video game. So the guy probably didn't even draw this on his own. He probably still. But that's just my commentary. I got to put my 2 cents in. Fair use.
People that were human with black uniforms involved in his abduction. So Whitley Strieber was probably contacted by the Dark Fleet, didn't even realize that this is what was really going on. So the 5 factions of the space program, Solar Warden appears to be the one that Henry Deacon was in. It's the guardian of our solar system, protects our air traffic. Then you have the ICC, or Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate. That's a group of the corporations, the defense contractors, that broke away and said, we're going to do our own thing. And they even broke away from
this guy's a stand-up comedian.
Pause.
Go ahead, Rex.
Is this the company from like Alien?
I don't know. I know they called it the corporation or the company.
That's WWE.
Was it SWWE? No. What's Sigourney Weaver? Come on. Nim says in the chat, it's all connected, man. Yeah, well, according to this guy, yes, it's all connected. That's part of the problem. Drawing connections where there aren't any. People do that shit all the time with these things. Like, okay, so let's see. He started out with Hitler, then he went into Hillary, and then he went into stuff that just don't exist.
And the bottom line is he's trying to say that the world is controlled by lizard people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard people
and
that no one has ever seen.
Yeah, and you know what? People are in the audience believe this.
Yep.
I mean, how this guy fucking sleeps at night, probably with a lot of money. You know, that's all it is, guys. It's money. You know, sell books, sell shit. buy my videos. It's all bullshit to make money. And people, are you fucking kidding me? You mean my son's lizard owns the planet? Like, it is, like, give me a break here. These people are worse than flat earthers.
Yes. In a lot of ways they are. Well, they probably think the earth is flat, too. That comes up sometimes. Like, Russian Vids, perfect example, believes O.J. Simpson's entire trial issue was a hoax. And Anna Nicole Smith was killed by the government. So,
yep.
Whatever. Just so much conspiracy theories are just strange.
So much stupid.
Yeah,
it's so much stupid.
So much stupid, yes.
Everything is a conspiracy theory these days. Nobody believes anything anymore. Like, facts. You need facts.
It was Wayland Corporation in Alien. Wayland. I remember that because they would go. They sent out the people to the planet. Of course, if you've kept up with the series, the two videos or two movies since that, in Alien, Prometheus, and I forget what the second one was. They add a little bit more context to that whole thing. Very interesting. I digress.
Well, the newest one discounts all that. The newest Predator movie discounts all that.
Well, Predator, I don't like the fact that they mixed them. They could have done a much better. They could have done a much better job when they showed the alien skull in Predator 2. They could have done a much better job making Alien versus Predator. They suck.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I agree. Yeah. But the new one has Olivia Munn naked in it, so I can't.
You know what? I've watched so much porn that I'm really nothing. I gotta watch weird shit to get turned on now. That's how sad it is. So if I see tits in a movie, it does nothing for me.
No, you really don't.
I gotta see a midget jump out of a 7-story building into a vagina with its head, like that'll get me going. All right, let's watch this, or else people are gonna go, you know what, that guy's kind of demented, and I want that.
Not a whole lot. Then you have Global Galactic League of Nations, which was the kind of apologetic cookie thrown to the world leaders, where they get to go to
this
one
guy's
planet.
Captain Crunch.
They have one base, and they're told that's an outpost to defend against extraterrestrial invasion. So they get some cool stuff, but they really have no idea what's going on.
You have a military faction that provides security and logistics for the other factions. Then you have the Dark Fleet, as I just said. And there's also certain small groups called scout groups.
So some of the overview here, there's over 100 colonies that they've built just in our solar system. They're mining,
now we got
and then
colonies.
they have living quarters near the mines. They take the mined material and they go to these massive manufacturing plants.
Right.
And let's just try to skip
on
ahead.
Mars.
On Mars. All right. I don't know how to take that one, but I think
I can't head disc any harder than I already have.
Nope, can't. Really can't. You know what else? But Clockwork, you sent us some stuff too, so we'll have to go over that next. I'm kind of done with this guy.
Okay.
We can continue the commentary until we move over.
And is there any way you could find anything on Stephen Greer?
Stephen Greer. When would that have been?
No, it's not on here. It's a video. Just look.
1985-ish. Ish.
So let's see if we got Stephen Greer here. Stephen, is it PH or V? Stephen.
Here, I'll send you this here. Sorry, I'm going to send you this here because I think this will. I'm going to send it to you on your Facebook.
I found a 3-hour one.
No, don't use that. That's way too long. You know, why can't I send you the? Here you go. There.
Oh, here's Stephen Greer. You know,
Yeah.
he looks like a kind of ignorant Lawrence Krauss.
You know what? He's a doctor, but I mean, the story, if anyone's, you know, watch a video about him. But anyways, let's watch this here.
Okay. Pause and pull him up into this.
Now, out of all these guys that we've watched, one thing that you gotta admit, they could sell. You understand?
Yes. That's the problem.
They're like Tony Robinson. They could sell their product. They know there are people out there that want to believe.
An honest and good person, they're not going to read you into this. That's military speak for brief you. They're not going to get read into a project like this. So when I began to explain how utterly, completely dysfunctional the American military industrial laboratory corporate financial system is, and how deep black it actually operates, anything important almost never is brought to the attention of the President of the United States. I can say this with some real solid authority, or your Prime Minister.
Well, he's busy building the wall, for fuck's sake.
Brown. Isn't that who he is? Yeah. For now. So those are placeholders. It's a little bit like the Truman Show. Everybody sees the movie The Truman Show. You have people who are, you know, it's sort of the thing with Jim Carrey where he's living this world and it all ends up to be a set and it's all fake.
So we're in the Truman Show?
Yeah, that's essentially what we're yeah. Play a little more. Just let's watch this guy.
Yeah, let's watch it. I don't know. It's a great movie to look. It's a great, interesting parallel to this. And
now,
so the Truman
what's the
Show
title?
is pretty much what our normal.
The title is, yeah. Read the title, David.
The title is "ETs Are Afraid of Humans." Dr. Stephen Greer.
Right. So you're talking about aliens that are, that can fucking go from one galaxy to another, and they're scared of us. All right, and it's comical. I mean, all these guys, if they said stand up at the bottom, stand up comic, you wouldn't believe it. You would think this is stand up comedy. Right. All right, sorry, go on.
Normal political system is, including most of the good people who are in your Ministry of Defense, intelligence community, politicians, etc. It's an extremely tightly compartmented operation. It's very well funded. The other part to understand is nothing important of any strategic significance is above the surface of the earth. If it's above ground level, it's not really that important. It's fungible, replaceable. Everything critical is underground bases, all throughout the United States, Australia, Pine Gap, and also here in the UK. So anything that is critically important is not sitting above ground. You're not going to see it with a spy satellite. You're not going to see it from an aircraft. And access is multiple levels of entry. I've been in a couple places like this. So that's
actually the one thing I agree with him on. Important stuff is underground. I've actually taken a tour of NORAD, and there are multiple levels of security to get in there. But the
yes,
point
of course.
You could still freaking go see it. It's not a big giant secret, its location or anything like that.
Yeah. But you know what it is? You sprinkle a little bit of truth in a bullshit story.
Yes, yes, indeed. So, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna have to unpause this for a minute and let it go because I have to pay my rent. I'll be right back.
Basically, how it's managed: super secret, illegally, and they tell the people they think they can manipulate. But they will tell certain people a little bit of information if they think they can manipulate them by giving them a little piece of it, usually a distorted piece. We had a president named Reagan, who put all this effort into the SDI Star Wars initiative, which is really a cover story for putting platforms in space targeting interstellar vehicles, which is what we're doing. It really had nothing to do with brilliant pebbles. That was all just sort of a cover story. The real money was going into interstellar targeting and tracking of these ET craft and shooting them down, which we've been doing for a very long time. And they told him just enough information in a xenophobic way, in a way that was scary, to get his cooperation with that project. And that's why at the UN, if you Google it, you'll see that Reagan said, wouldn't our job of creating world unity and peace be easier if we had a common alien threat to unite against? Very familiar theme. Douglas MacArthur in 1950s, his last address to the Congress, said World War III will be interplanetary. This has been planned since I was 1 year old. I just turned 60 in June. Still bench 410. Anyway, but I know, I'm very eccentric about my workouts. But that's the problem, is that this secrecy has to do with another whole issue, and that is creating the psychological propaganda and the juggernaut so that people will accept the cost of the next level of militarizing the planet. Going from, and actually Werner von Braun said, it would go from the Cold War to nations of concern, rogue states, to global terrorism. This was all in the...
All right. What did I miss?
He's saying that the aliens have planned all this out, and we've been shooting them down. And if I misspeak, Clockwork, please say so. He's saying that we've been shooting these alien spacecraft down for a long time now, and we have their technology. Am I right or wrong, Clockwork?
You're right. That's what he's saying. And I'm a Black Lantern.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we have their technology. Why does every piece of technology we have an origin here on Earth? Like, whatever.
Because we can't figure that shit out.
Should we skip a bit?
Yeah, skip a bit, because he talks about his workout like I give a fuck.
And I know exactly what the technologies are. I know men who've worked on the systems and operated them, much to their regret.
Okay, so what are they?
And this then requires some people in governments and the grassroots to say, let's find a better way of making contact. Let's not recreate the mistakes of the last few thousand years, because a new era has opened, the hallmark of which is universal peace, not interstellar war. As great as that is for
Interstellar War, are you fucking crazy? What is this, Buck Rogers, you moron? The last 1,000 years, men used leaves to wipe their ass, you fucking... we just started to fly, 100 years ago? We're still primitive.
He's flipped. He said, we've shot these spacecraft down for, like, forever, but now let's make peace with them. Well, if you've shot them down forever, they don't want fucking peace with you.
No, yeah. And it's like,
And if they're capable of coming here, and we're incapable of going there, because that's pretty much the case as it stands now, according to him, because as far as I know, we don't have faster than light travel, We don't have anything that's gone outside the solar system since Voyagers. And that's a barely. It's taken 20 years for those things to get out.
Well, yeah, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have just barely made it outside of the heliosphere.
Right.
This is what terrifies me. You have, like, he talks about why, he talks about why we haven't gone back to the moon, and it's because the aliens don't want us up there. And it has nothing to do with, going to the moon, how much that costs. And he's talking about making colonies on the moon. What purpose would it serve anybody to have colonies on the moon? You can't grow anything. You have to bring your own food. It costs millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the government, and the whole world, if the whole world were to join together, could not sustain a colony on the moon. Because you know what? The government's going to say, why are we here? What is the purpose? Like, what are we, is there fucking gold? What is up here? There's, I mean, the story keeps getting number and number.
Why would we go if there's no reason to be there?
Exactly. Why would you? We went there to meet the Russians,
And
right?
we did that.
Now, what is it? Is it China? Has gone and put, the United States is going backwards with people thinking the planet's flat, and you have China landing a probe on the dark side of the moon, which Pink Floyd loves.
Fair enough.
So, Clockwork, you sent us some things here. We only got about 10 minutes left. I didn't want to leave you empty-handed.
Oh, just do what you gotta do.
Let's move on to a couple of your things, or at least one of your things, because this website is a rabbit hole. Clockwork sent me our website before we started. UFO sighting.
Oh, yeah, it is a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole and a half. So let's just... Scientists observe a UFO orbiting just 300 miles over Earth. Go with that one, or...
Whichever one, pick one. Pick one.
Oh, let's do the hovering police car.
Oh, that's great.
Small UFOs seen hovering over a police car in Spain. So, this is a UFO. And keep in mind, UFO means unidentified flying object.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I
wait.
know how to get
Those
shit
were
off my
hit.
heel.
Hey, wait.
Yep, they sure were, and that's why I took them up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, this says, and I hate the way this is scrolling because it has to be zoomed in. Unzoom it.
It's just a
But
picture.
yeah, it's just a picture. The problem is
But I wanted to read
anything.
it. I gotta read it. Like,
Go ahead and read it.
Ooh, a butt.
zoom in again because this is hard to read. Okay. Something mysterious was spotted above a police car in Spain, leading some to believe that it was an alien probe watching. Spanish police officers were taking images of their vehicle when a siren light exposed something strange hovering just above it. The small drone-like object was somewhat lurking as it was monitoring the happenings below. Some conspiracy theorists quickly calculated that the craft was of extraterrestrial origin. Of course they did. The UFO can be seen emitting blue lights that are in more than one pictures, confirming its presence rather than a mere reflection on the camera lens.
Here's what bugs me is anything can be photoshopped these days. I mean,
here's what bugs me. She's rubbing an onion on her tit.
On what?
Or is
no,
that
that's
her
her
foot?
heel.
That's her foot.
That's her foot.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Let me zoom in here. So, alien enthusiasts suggested it was more like a monitoring device by extraterrestrials rather than a vehicle with aliens inside. So it's a probe. According to the conspiracy theory, see, they're the ones using conspiracy theory. Well, conspiracy theories are hardly ever right. Earth's atmosphere is likely to be deadly to extraterrestrials. Well, duh. Other UFO enthusiasts believed it was cloaked, but the flashing blue lights from the police vehicle revealed it. The mysterious aerial thing appeared to be small, about 0.5 to 1 meter across. Being so small made some observers think it was an alien drone, since the Earth could not support all forms of alien life. Conspiracy theorists explain that Earth's atmosphere could be deadly to some ET. Let's get a better look at this picture.
Wait, oxygen is deadly? Okay.
To
Fair
alien
enough.
life. Alien life. Deadly. So let's get this picture zoomed in. Websites are kind of a pain in the butt. This one was worth it. Zoom in on
Yeah, it's fuck all. I mean, it can be anything, man.
To me, it looks like a reflection of the cop's light.
Yeah, it could be a million and one things, or it could be somebody just sticking around on Photoshop.
True that.
If you look at that, it looks like a reflection of something below the camera. It's a picture, it's not a video. Show me a video of a UFO that doesn't look like something out of, I don't know, batteries not included, for example, movie.
Or The Last Starfighter.
The Last Starfighter, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I did a story. Yeah, I did a little video about that.
Well, we have gone on. It is 3:35, and my understanding is we have to be off air by 3:40. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Vito?
well, yeah, but
Go get your
can
kid.
I just, he's actually getting a ride, but he'll be coming through the door. But before I go, I just want to tell a story. When I was 13
The Jack
years
of
old,
Spades.
and that's it. But you should have let me finish it. It would have been perfect. No, when I was 13, I remember we moved to this place where there was a lake, and I heard this rumbling, a weird noise. And I looked up, and I saw this weird looking, it looks like look, yeah, this is the international sign for vagina. No,
I was getting ready to
so
say that.
it looked like it looked like the weirdest thing, and it just made this noise. And I looked around, and it was starting to get dark, and it scared the shit out of me. And then two fighters, like jet fighters, flew right behind me. And I went home, and I was terrified. I said, I just saw a UFO. So I go to school on Monday, and there was an older kid, and he had a booklet. and it was all about the air show. And I said, can I see that? Can I look through that with you? And he was nice enough to say, yeah, sure. So the kid was actually an air cadets, and I was an air cadets, but he was higher than me. He was a couple of years older. So and I looked through this booklet, and there was a Vulcan, a British bomber, and it was shown straight on, and you look at it from the top, and it was in the exact same shape of what I saw on Sunday evening. And I said to him, I said, this is what I saw the other day around the lake. And he said, yeah, the air show is in town. And I didn't know, because I just moved there. I didn't know planes were flying from all over the world, and I didn't know that what I saw was actually a Vulcan. Now, if I did not ask this kid more about the book, or really investigate what I saw, I would have thought I saw an alien spacecraft with 2 fighters chasing it. You understand? So,
I get you.
Anybody, anybody can be fooled. You know, and so I think people see things and immediately think it's something, out of this world if it doesn't make sense to them. And that's just the human condition.
Well, a good example of that is the SpaceX rocket. Once they started, having the stage 1 return to the Earth and land, as opposed to just falling away into the ocean and getting recovered later, like they used to. Like they actually leave fuel in stage 1, it separates and back lands onto the. Well, that looks completely different than anything anybody else has seen in the sky, and people were thinking, well, that's alien. Well, you're in Cape Canaveral, and there's rocket launches going on every month almost here. So, yeah, it was
true.
that.
Yeah.
So it was that, but they thought it was some grand conspiracy to hide up aliens. It's like, no, you can watch the launch in real time on YouTube if you want to.
But people don't believe that. You've dealt with flat earthers. I've dealt with them. They're insane. I mean, you tell them something and they don't believe it. They will not believe it. You tell people that, there's, that there's lizards or, aliens. They don't live among us. And people are like, no, they live among us. Well, what proof do you have? Well, Alex Jones, or I saw, it's so secretive, and people want to be part of a tribe, be it flat Earth, be it alien, be it Freemason, whatever. You want to be part of a team, and that's
you're
just
a fucking lizard. You're a lizard, Vito. Take your shades off and show us. Show us.
I am. Well, I'm really. And people that know me I don't know if I'm a lizard, but I'm a snake.
Definitely a reptilian.
Yeah. So, people will believe. People want to believe, and what makes me
what
sick
they want to
is
believe. Yeah, I get you.
Guys like Greer and that other fuck and that other tool Wilcock, they make money off of belief. You know,
Oh yeah.
It's the new religion. They saw how religion makes money, so they said, well, we can do the same thing, but we'll just say it's aliens.
Yep.
We'll say it's flat Earth. Hey, the Antarctic Circle. There's a reason why the Earth is round. It's fucked up. It's a crazy planet.
Mm-hmm. Stupid people believe stupid things because they are fucking stupid.
Yeah. And there's nothing, and you're never in arguing with stupid. You're never gonna win.
Nope.
No.
You're not gonna win.
No. Not at
The
all.
only thing you can do is what the kind of stuff we're doing, which is look at it and make fun of it, because pointing at it in the light, how stupid it is to other people.
And you know what? People will get angry about making fun of it, and it's like they're like, you don't understand, and I'm like, you know what? I'll understand if an alien lands, gets out, and I'm not high, and I'm not drunk, and there are other people around me that see that can say yes, and that's the only way I'm going to believe it, because you telling me that you saw an alien or whatever, I'm not going to believe you.
Right.
I'm
like
not. You say
like the day the Earth stood still.
Yeah.
If it lands on the White
great.
House lawn, and he comes out and says, "Hey, here we go," then I'll believe it.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I want. And but everybody wants a good mystery, and aliens want. Aliens. If they watch, they have binoculars. They know that they're scaring people, right? So the last thing they want to do, I think, would be to terrify people. So they can watch, and they don't necessarily need to land, or I love how they take somebody, they do all these awful experiments, and the person remembers all this shit, and then they all of a sudden they tuck you into bed with a teddy bear.
Vito's been probed.
Like,
Vito's been
yeah,
probed.
several times by a guy named Gary on Friday nights.
And on that note, America, the world
Clockwork, are you there? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming, folks. And
Hey, thanks for doing this, David.
no problem. Have a good one, guys.